Hey YouTube, it's Jake here, and we're bringing you another one. Okay, technically this is not a tutorial, but welcome to Tutorials Tuesdays, where we're going to teach you how to draw cherry girls. Okay, it's technically not a tutorial, okay? But I do have a tutorial coming next week, and I'll show you right here, so stay tuned for that. I had to plug this one in because I didn't prepare that. Okay. We're going to talk about this particular piece of art right here, which is the Fruit Girls cherry. And as you can see, let me just get this open. You can see I got the hoodie ready. I got the shirts. I got mugs, tumblers, all that good stuff on my Etsy shop below. So if you want to check out the cherry girl, which I think, where's she at? She's right here, or they are right here. Go ahead and check that out on my Etsy. Okay. What you want to do is get yourself a Cutt coloring book available right now. And it's fan art from different movies. I'm trying to get it where it's not so bright. Jeez, it's so bright. Movies, games, TV shows, fan art from all these different shows and things I love. And the Fruit Girls, the Fruit Girls are actually in this book. I think they're in the medium section. So definitely check that out. If you want some free stuff, you definitely want to go on ahead and get the free digital coloring book down below. I know it says order now, but don't order it. And if you order it and it's free, don't think you're going to get your money back, because that's not how things work over here, okay? So click the link down below. It says free digital coloring book. All we need is your email and you get a free coloring book coming your way. So you definitely want to get that right now. And if you want some more, well, it's not free, but if you want to support my channel, you know, let me bring this back down. As an artist, you know, the struggle is real. So your support will be definitely helpful. And the best way you can support me is through the Patreon. Even at the lowest tier, the official Patreon allows you to get early access to the art tutorials that I'm doing weekly, like the one that you just saw. And then if you do the second tier, you get free digital wallpapers for your tablet, desktop, and your phones every month. This is the one for this month. Okay, moving on. And then you have the VIP Patreon, which allows you to get all that stuff, and you get free vectors, brushes, 3D models every month. And that's how we do it. So you definitely want to check that out. Before we get into it, it's finally ready. It's finally ready. Let me do it like this, because the glare over here is really trying to get me. A is for artists. What do you want to be when you grow up? Is a children's book that inspires your lazy kids to get to work. We always ask them, what do you want to be when you grow up? And they don't know nothing. So we got to say, you could be a karate instructor. We have to say, you could be, I don't know, an interior designer. And if they're like, well, I don't know how to even, you know, write the letter I, let alone be an interior designer, in the back of the book. Okay, see how, I'm sorry, it's so blown out. See how here, they can write the letter I. Okay, now they can write it with assistance. They can do it without assistance. And then they could draw themselves as an interior designer. Isn't that so cool? So yes, this is an awesome book, 83 pages. And that's available on Amazon down below. It's ready right now. Go ahead and order it on Amazon and get yourself together. If you have not already, don't forget to like, subscribe, push that notification button, because we're going to keep bringing this stuff to you. So let's get on over there on in there. So I drew the Fruit Girls a while ago. Was it 2020? No, I think it was even before that, because I remember being on the phone with my aunt. And I think that was like a year after I moved upstate to New York. And I was like on the phone with her in my car. I think I was doing Uber, but I used to take my iPad with me in my car, because if there was a moment where it was a little slow, I just pull over and draw. That was some fun days. And it just popped in my head as I was on the phone with her, to draw a girl sitting on an orange. I don't know. It just popped in my head. And that was the first one, which is, where is it on the hoodie? Oh, it's cropped here. Oh, there it is. Oh, right there. Right here. This is the first one. Right here. And then I was like, oh, that's a cool little theme. Let's do a bunch of other ones. And then it wasn't until I got to cherry that I was like, ooh, let me do two, because cherries usually come in pairs or they're like attached. They're never just really by themselves. Let's make two. That's kind of cool. And then that was my first double, and the second double was pina colada, which is, I think, the only like tropical fruit I got. I guess bananas count as a tropical fruit. We don't treat it like it is, but I think bananas are tropical fruits. I guess watermelon are too. I don't know about fruits. All right, you guys are asking me things that I don't know about. Anyway, so you can see I sketched it all out. You know, when I look back at my old sketching compared to my sketching now, like I have a lot more of a refined, cleaner sketch process now than before. You know, sketching is supposed to be messy, but this tells me that I was not confident in my sketching, or not. I want to say not confident, but just like, because it's really broadly rough as opposed to like a little bit more refined, like I am now. And don't get me wrong, there's still moments where I look at my sketching, I'm like, get better, y'all. But for this, it's not bad, because I can tell it's better than back in the day. But I can see I've grown quite a bit. Okay. Quite a bit. Yeah, the hair wasn't doing it. You see I had like the two big puffy ponytail thingies wasn't really bad, but I didn't like the way the second girl was. I love the look of these two because they really feel like sisters. Like the one on the top row of cherries is a little bit more, you know, hood, and then the second one's a little bit more preserved. Preserved, get it? Fruit preserved. Anyway, reserve is probably the word I was supposed to say, but you know, I don't know words and stuff. Anyway, but these two together, I love it. I love how they look. And I'm glad I did the long hair for her, because I think it looks really, really good. So you can see I sketched it all out, and then we're going into the inking. Okay, into the inking process. Now, I know this is old because the way I ink now, especially for cartoony, bubbly things, I do a silhouette first, fill it in with gray, then come back and do all those little details. One, because it's something about doing the silhouette that makes me feel like I'm almost done, even though it's not. And I do that because, or most importantly, I do that because I need the color so that when I color later on, it's already filled in and I don't have to, I can mask inside of that, which will make it a little bit easier. So yeah, I'm really digging this. I one side of me wants to do more fruit because there's so many other fruit that I could have did that I didn't do, but I'm just like, it's old. I'm over the style. I'm over the concept. It didn't do as big of an impact as I would have wanted to be like, oh, people are really loving this, let me keep doing more. It was just like, people like it, but I'm moving on. You know what I mean? And it's great because this is going to be my last speed drawing on the channel. Not these breakdowns like we're doing right now, but if you've been following, I just will post like the speed drawing with some music, and it's chill and all. It's nice. But the thing is, when I look at all my other content, it's doing pretty good, or at least good for my level. These are not performing nearly as good. So I'm like, well, if they're not doing good, I'm not going to keep forcing them to work. So it's kind of bittersweet that this particular drawing, from what I know of, is the last speed drawing, you know. But also, not that I don't still draw this way, but I reached I love the black, but it just wasn't vibing, so I took the black out. But it's just not the style that I'm trying to take to the next level. And the corny thing is, it's like I discovered a style that I want to do, and I'm going to be doing it for my next children's book. And I want to start practicing it more. And the moment I figured it out, I got all these gigs that are requiring the older style. So I haven't really gotten a chance to really practice it or play with it yet. So, but don't worry, it's a brewing. I just finished a children's book for a client, and then there's another children's book that I'm hopefully going to get done. I don't know. Hopefully end of September, middle of October will be the goal. But I have my own children's book that I really wanted to get done this time, so that's ready for the end of the year for the holiday seasons. I don't know. We'll see. It's a lot of work. The thing with this book, this is Amazon, and it's great and all, but Amazon has a very limited size for hardcover, and you have to have 75-page limit, a minimum. So that's why it has so many pages, because that second half wasn't even in there. It was just that first half. But with Ingram Sparks, you can have a minimum of 15 pages for a hardcover book. Not that I want 15 pages, but I ain't trying to do 75 for my children's book. So, you know what I mean? Like, that's a lot. But anyway, so you can see I did all my shadows. And now I'm doing my highlights. You see I did on the left side, I erased the edge of the shadow because that's the bounce lighting. And it really makes the image pop. I forgot when I first ever did that, but it really was like, oh, I like that. I like that style. And then going ahead, adding in these highlights, just white highlights, nothing crazy because it's a cartoony style. I didn't want like shading, you know, anything like that. Yeah, it's almost done. I do like how I did this little cherry right here, but it didn't match the style. So as you can see, I took it away. Yeah. I think that's it. Okay. Yeah, let's get back to the full cam. So let's get this image back up. Yeah. So anyway, I'm excited. For it feels like, I don't know, it's like this weird next chapter because I've been doing speed drawings for so long, and when it hit me that everything else is doing okay on my channel, why not spend more energy on the things that's working and stop forcing something that's not working to work? So it feels like a new era that this is the last one, but I am going to be doing more of these breakdowns, so stay tuned for that. I think next week I'm going to go see the creator. I think it's next week, maybe next Thursday or something like that. I'm going to go see the creator. I haven't seen the trailer yet, so this week I'm going to watch the trailer live with you guys, so stay tuned for that. I don't know what day yet, but stay tuned for that. And I think that's really it. So if you haven't already, don't forget to like, subscribe, push that notification button because we're going to keep bringing this stuff to you. That's it. What are you doing? I know you're not about to leave. It's mad buttons down there. You ain't pushed on one of them. You better subscribe to my channel. See you soon.
Take it down in 1, 2, 3. I don't like my boys too sweet. I don't worry about you. I just worry about me. So you better run. You don't know what I mean. Take it down in 1, 2, 3.